Searching for a break in the thunderous orchestrals there. Sometimes it's hard to find a break in the thunderous orchestrals. Give me just a moment. It's about to begin again. I'll see you in a second. Seems now that I've logged in, it's limited the music volume somewhat, and I appreciate that. Hopefully it's at a level where I am perhaps hearable now. And hello, as the tiny bit of text. Hey, nice to catch you. To catch you live. As the tiny bit of text in the bottom right announces, betrays, we are playing the brand new Shadow of the Erdtree DLC. Elden Ring. Consumed so much of me and my life and my time. Somewhere near 100 and... Oh, I got a new ring. Sorry, I'm easily distracted. Somewhere near 170, 80, 90 plus hours. And now there's more. There's more of it to deliciously lap up. And I cannot wait. Good morning. It is so nice to see you. A little something to wet one's whistle, perhaps? Not literally. Nobody wants a moist whistle. Alright, I think I have my name set. I think the volume is okay and working. Hopefully I am beating out the heady sounds of combat, but let me know if that's not the case as we get into the heady sounds of combat. So how, next question. Hi, how are you? First question. You good? I missed you. Second question. How the hell do we access the new DLC? This appears to be a gesture. And I hope that there is like a paired gesture to leap through the created ring. That would be fun. Sort of acrobatic troupe. Moist Whistle, new band name just dropped. I mean, you're welcome to it. I'm not gonna gatekeep. But I don't know. I'm not sure about that. I have no idea how to play this game. It's been, months, if not a year now, since last I played. So I don't even know what I'm holding right now, or how to make use of it. Which is gonna be good going into what is supposedly, famously, a difficult as hell DLC. That's right. You can swing both your weapons. I like that. The old jump and swing. We're getting back into the hang of it. There is a way, and it was something relatively obscure, to take one of the weapons that you're holding and make it like primary with both hands. And the way to do that would be... That's the one. Okay, good. Okay, good. So I know, if I'm remembering right, I was using this sword because of its secondary ability to destroy a lot of little guys at once. Oh! There's a lot of little guys at once. Well, I don't mind. I don't mind if you don't mind. I'm just gonna... Doot. Nice to see you, gentlemen. Oh, there's a big guy back there. That's not good for me. What else do I have equipped? I mean, we could just keep blasting him. It's a bit cheap. It's a bit cheap and tawdry. Healthy boy. Oh, you've got some sort of throwing knives. I'm gonna need to be much better at the game than this. This is not gonna get me very far. But hey, we're alive for now. What else am I actually holding? That's right, we have like dragon spells. Trying to figure out what's peeking out of my side. Have I been stabbed? Is that one of his knives? Ouch. Whew. Good thing it disintegrates after some time. Else the removal of it would have been desperately painful. So we have like fire spells. And whatever this sword is, I forget. I forget what it does. But it's very spiky. And then over here we've got... I seem to remember using this because it has like a ranged ability, doesn't it? And I'm trying to remember how to do the... There we are. There's like another skill button that I'm not remembering. Somehow I can shoot a tiny dagger of ice out of the end of this icicle rapier. And that's why I'm holding it, because it makes for a very handy, like, sidearm. And then, of course, we have the rivers of blood. Who could forget the rivers of blood and its delicious ability to do this? Okay, so those are all the things that I've been relying on throughout the base game. None of those things are going to work, I'm sure, to keep me alive as we press forward. We are ascending to the Palace of Moog, where I have heard tell there may be a sneaky new passage of egress. Betwixt the gentle cracks of that egg, I spy in the distance, also taking a moment to love this hood anew. This whole outfit, one of my very favorites. Selfish, tiny part of me hopes that we don't find anything quite as cool in the base games, or in the new DLC, so that I can continue to wear this outfit. Such is my love for it, but we'll see what happens. If somebody's got some sort of cool, even bigger hood, then I might have to go for it. Hello, hello. You're in the middle of class, but you're not missing this. You just had to go live when I'm in a place with the worst signal ever. I know, I'm sorry. I planned this to torment you. It is so nice to see you guys, though. Welcome, welcome. I'm sorry we're a bit early, both in terms of day of the week and typical streaming time, but this just came out, and I'm too excited not to play it. I'm just now noticing a pair of boots and a delicate cloak has appeared before us. Also noticing that looks very much like the x-rays of my pelvis I took yesterday. Probably a coincidence. I'm gonna get you to stare at my pelvis a moment longer while I catch up with the chat. Hey, you're not late at all. Nice to see you there. Just about to start driving home from work. Good, I'm catching you guys at all manner of times. I appreciate a variety. Did you take off from work for this? Maybe. Maybe I did. Maybe I should be working even now, as we speak. I did. I'm that lame. Okay. Who's this? Who's this? What do we have here? That's a very big sword to just be keeping on my back. And I don't remember what it does. Sword of Milos. Causes blood buildup. I do appreciate blood buildup. How do I get to the... It's like a second page that I'm desperately trying to remember. I want to see the item description itself. Maybe I can't do that from equipment, but only inventory. That might be the case. Alright, Sword of Milos. There you are. Now show me the next part. There. A sinister greatsword fashioned from a giant's backbone. Ow. The shriek of Milos lets out a horrific, cursed scream that reduces all damage negation and status resistances for nearby foes. While active, strong attacks will change to a combo attack. I don't remember. Maybe I was just playing around with this? I don't remember what purpose this was supposed to serve in my overall build. So for aesthetics only, I'm gonna get rid of it. And we're just gonna let my back be free of that giant bone. Nope, not what you're thinking. Not what you're thinking. Hi. How's your round little face? It's cute.
Were you guided here by kindly Miquella?
Who?
And like you, I was guided by faith along his honorable path. Touch the withered arm, and you too will be transported to the realm of shadow where Miquella the Kind now dwells. My compatriots are there already. Like us, they have heard kindly Miquella's call. If you can find them, they are certain to lend you aid.
Oh, thank you. Just saw in the chat. I'm already watching your stream. Do I have to watch your pelvis too? You get what you get. You look at my pelvis and you be grateful. No, of course. Of course you don't have to. Milos was the Dung Eater's sword. Ah. Just like the giant it was taken from. I'm going to try to exhaust all dialogue. Sorry, I keep getting distracted. You're so gorgeous in the chat there. So gorgeous.
Come now. Touch the withered arm and travel to the realm of shadow. I will not be far behind.
Well, I don't mind if I do. You're coming with me? You too will touch the withered arm, but you're too scared to go first. I mean, you could go first and show me how to touch the withered arm. And that would be... you'd be a good host for having done that. I just arrived. You seem to have already been here ogling the withered arm, so you go ahead and touch it. I'll stay here.
Come now. Touch the withered
okay, fine.
And
I'll touch the withered arm. Yeah, let's do it. You gotta go work, switching over to the No Sleep podcast while I shut my brain off and embrace my menial tasks. Bye! Bye, I love you! See you later. Soonish. I hope. So this is a brand new area with new weeds and pebble textures? No, they're probably recycled, but still very exciting. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. It's been so long since we've gotten to hunt down a fast travel stone, or a map stone, I mean to say. It does not act as a fast travel point. Don't take my word for it. So first we gotta check all the seedy, dark corners behind the bush. That's very important. And then I guess we'll go along the path they've laid out for us. I am a little scared about my combat readiness for this, so please excuse me while I die multiple times. Wow. I mean, hot damn. They really have figured out the whole jaw-dropping vista in this game. What a privilege. What a privilege to play. Ghostly gravestones, my only friends. Some sort of giant flaming basketball man in the distance. The basket in which you deposit your balls. He probably would prefer it if you didn't refer to him in that way, but I mean, he can't hear us. It's fine. It's fine. And what is this? What's going on with the sky and this shroud of sickly darkness? A funerary shroud upon the entire land. Welcome. Alright, we have a sight of grace right off the bat. So many ghostly gravestones. I'm wondering what that implies. Is this a battlefield? I mean, where in the lands between is not an active battlefield? Let's rest here just in case our friend with the smooth face decides to join us. You never know. I seem to be desperately alone. Whoa, what was that? Wait, go back. Go back. My eyes bespy a new menu option. Shadow Realm Blessing. Erdtree. It sounds like a Kung Fu Panda maneuver. Revered Spirit Ash. I have none of these things. Morning. Okay, I will find those things, and then we'll figure out what that does. Oh, Basket Man. The other thing I don't remember how to do is, summon Torrent. My dear friend Torrent. I think there's like, sorry, I'm wasting magic points. Yeah, shut it. Shut it, wheat. I think that there's a button you press that gives you access to your secondary menu, and then you push the thing. Ah-ha-ha-ha. It's all flooding back to me now. Oh, Torrent, I forgot how cute you are. With your little emo, it's not a phase haircut. I love you. Jagged peaks. Off to the east. The tree itself seemingly just gooshing out misty unpleasantness to the north, and perhaps some sort of shimmering faded ruin to the west. There's this cute little tower here that's calling my name. That is calling my name. But what I want to do is, like, investigate the whole area around the entrance first, which may kill me. There's so much. Look at over there. This place is huge already, and we just got here. Alright, so venturing too far off the beaten path might lead me to bosses / just regular respawnable enemies that I cannot handle. And here we go. We're gonna run into those. Our first order of business should probably be the map stone. That would be wise. Let me get a look at where we actually are. Why did you scream at me like that? I didn't scream at you. Very generous, thank you. Oh, it's in my pocket now. God, it's gushy. Alright, looks like a lot of... Another basket man. A lot of verticality in the biomes here. No idea how I'm supposed to get down there unless there's some sort of wafty torrent spring. So, first things first. Let's place a marker. That's where we started. Let's place a marker here. A beacon. And fill in just a touch of our map. I forgot that Torrent can double jump. God, I love it. God, I love Torrent. Hopefully the stream is not as jittery on your side as it is on mine. My laptop, for some reason, is behind and struggling to catch up. Alright. We're headed for the map. What's that? What's that I see? Some sort of cute little fennec fox? I would love to pet you. You might not appreciate that so much, and I understand. I'll respect your boundaries. But I would love to pet you, just so that it's out there on the table. I think that there's a way to sprint. Hi! You've got circles. Please don't kill me with them. There, that's the way to sprint. Alright. Before I die, let's try to activate this. And then we'll succumb to that guy's circles. And all will be well. Graveside Plain. Some sort of procession. Procession through the stones. Did he lose me? I don't trust that for a second. He's probably just invisible. Right behind me, cackling at my naivete. Where did you go? I mean, that's fine. We do not have to cross paths. Hi. So the getting off of Torrent. Second question. The getting off. Sorry, I didn't mean to swing at you. That works. I think there's another way to do it with one button press, but that works. Hey, how are you? Everyone burned to cinders, burned away, put to the torch by Mesmer and his lot. What did we do to deserve such a fate? We merely lived our lives. We lived in peace. I don't know why he sounds like this, but it's very sensual. Very sensual. Apparently, there's some folks down the road here with the crookedest of backs. And perhaps they're friendly? Perhaps that's super friendly of them to be so crooked in the back. They're not friendly. Why am I slow rolling? What happened to me? I wasn't slow rolling a moment ago, was I? Please don't do this, I beg of you. There's gotta be another way. It's just that guy that was angry at me. Nope, now everyone's angry at me. I would deeply prefer red flesh mushroom. So much weirdness in my pocket right now. Oh, gorgeous. Hello. Long time no see. Moon. Love of my life. Why did it feel like I wasn't slow rolling a moment ago? And was it the sword of Milos that was keeping me from slow rolling? Because that doesn't sound right. I haven't changed anything. Maybe I just didn't notice. And I was always slow rolling, and we're gonna have to roll with it. I'm sorry. I'll go now. Nobody deserves these puns. Not in like the "you don't deserve my puns," but in the you don't deserve that. That's too bad. Alright. I was hoping we were safe enough to check the map. And then I got distracted by fighting the crooked back people for no apparent reason. What did they do to me? But let's try to check that map now. A new map has been found. Wow. Clearly some land down there. No doubt with its own map stone. We have what appears to be a huge castle. A bridge across a chasm of fetid liquids. Ugh. And then a bit of greenery up to the north. Ringed by gentle runes across the coast. Okay, there's also some sort of smaller settlement relatively nearby, and something watery. Perhaps a mystical pond of cooling water. I'm not sure if there's a way up this cliff. There may be a torrent spring. And we have what appears to be a main road to follow. That could be either just an above-ground ruin, or perhaps the entrance to an underground dungeon there. A shack where we may find NPCs. All manner of goodies to check out. Let's see where the wind blows us. But first, it's down to the old hanging tree. A family-friendly spot. Now that we're here, I don't think this is a family-friendly spot. But so far, the Rams are quite, genial. All sorts of folks wander in the wheat. I am probably still most curious about that tower. I see a tower, I must get to the top of it and check for old tomes. That's my favorite thing about living, is the whole checking for old tomes business. Alright, bearings gotten. Let's speed this up a bit. The whole town appears to be ready for extermination? Some sort of exterminator's tent, and they just never came back to remove it. Scorched ruins. I forget what that gateway, runic gateway icon means. Does that mean I can currently summon folks? I think I have, like, Black Knight Tish equipped, which was my favorite. Couple of butterflies. Try to make my way to the tower first. I'll explore the remainder of the ruins. Though it does stop throwing things at me. It does not seem as though there is an entrance here. Perhaps you need to go underground and then climb up. In which case we will look for an underground entrance. I see that L3. Woohoo! That's the one. The L3 dismount. Greater Potentate's Cookbook has all the best recipes for potatoes. Potentate. Fried, mashed. I mean, you could stick them in a stew, sure. Potentate. We've run out of jokes along that particular line. All right, so how would I go down? And what hideous boss creature is waiting for me when I go down? I mean, hideous is a bit of a strong word. I don't mean to criticize. I'm just assuming. So far, Rivers of Blood is keeping up with the base enemy of the game. Black Firefly. That is new. I was expecting them to be smoldering, or whatever it was that we used to collect so many of. Ha-ha! Have it be. Again, no real reason to be killing all of these folks. They're just minding their own business. But somebody's got to remember how to play the game. And, well, you're right here. Okay. Looking for a staircase downwards. ghostly dogs! I've perhaps overswung. Knock, knock. I know that there is a hip lantern. Might be time. Be time for a hip lantern. Shadow Realm runes. Do those still give you... I forget what they're called. I will always call them souls. Is it runes in this one? Nope, they're souls. Can't convince me otherwise. Glowing eyes. I love it when that happens. Don't you pelt my tuchus with rocks. You sicko. Alright, we're up on the roof. Seemingly the opposite direction from where I was trying to get, which was down to the underground. Now David Bowie is prancing, almost pantsless, through my mind, as is typically the case. Furkling. I forgot how much that pleased me. Going through the original game, saying Furkling at every possible opportunity, though that's probably not how you pronounce it. Okay, fine. Fine. Torrent, with your double jump, can you help me out here? Thanks, buddy. The, like, color palette of this is just lovely. Sort of a muted sepia-esque and yet gorgeous, vibrant pops in the distance. That's the edge of the roof. You might want to be aware of the edge of the roof. Any opportunity for a rolled R. You're damn straight. I will take any opportunity. My pants are filled with so much red flesh. I'm not sure who needs to know this, but there's gotta be something either very large or very good at swordsmanship that's about to make this little roof jumping journey of ours come to an unseemly end. Getting pretty close. I don't know if you could jump across that, even with Torrent's double wee. But this looks promising. And dusty. The old gamble. You gonna trust a chest? You just gonna waltz into an old tower and trust a chest? Whew. The Blade of Mercy. Seems to be a talisman? Tell me more. Talismans. Raises attack power after each critical hit. A thin, blood-stained dagger, no longer fit for use. Horn Scent employed this to honorably end the suffering of a compatriot. After claiming numerous lives, the dagger is now broken, but has acquired a spectral aura. Any opportunity. I do have my, like, grinding for runes. Talisman equipped? The survival probably much more important right now than the grinding for runes. So I should find a different I should find a different talisman. But I have no memory of what any of the talismans do at this point. Let's just find something basically helpful and call it a day. Critical hits restore HP? Yeah, that's basically helpful. Ooh, I did love this one. Successive attacks. Just keep hammering away at it. Let's go there. That wasn't one I already had equipped, was it? Good. Just checking. Make sure I didn't switch one over and leave the same empty slot. Okay, so seemingly no stairs up from there to even attempt to double jump across. It does not seem likely. Even if that wasn't the case. What is that? Is it a porcupine? Just a lonely little tumbleweed? Sorry. It was so lonely, though. I guess I've done it a favor by brutally murdering it. So yeah, I don't know if we're getting any higher than this. And yet, it is clearly open and ready to receive me. Maybe we can activate like a torrent spring somehow, or it's another site of grace. I want it. Or there is an underground passage, and we just need to keep looking around. Those are my two best guesses. But we got a talisman. Hip hip hurrah. Try something a little dangerous. Get around the corner. There you go. Torrent never lets me down. Every time I see that tree out of the corner of my eye, I think a giant pale monstrosity has found me in the plains. Alright, so ground level, where have we not checked? Whoop. Whoop. Go through there, which led us upwards and across. I'm not sure how I missed a hefty cracked pot just lying right in front of my nose. It could be a staircase behind an illusory wall, or, you know, option D is that you just can't get in the tower, and we're gonna have to accept that. But I will not be picking option D. Reach out and touch grace. Hello, hello. I will end your sorrows. Quick. That was exactly it. It is so nice to see you guys. You would pay for one of those trees to end up being a sneaky combatant. Why? Why would you say that? No, Miyazaki has heard you. And he accepts. Lumbering. Lumbering slowly closer toward me. I don't like that, but it's also gorgeous. Okay, I'm not sure. Not sure if we're getting down. We could go around rolling into every suspicious wall, or we could just move along further up the road and return to this at a later time. I'm going to check just around this perimeter. As they can hide all manner of sneakies. Here's a suspicious wall I can't let lie. Okay, fine. Okay, fine, you can lie. Wall rolling is a time-honored tradition. It's true. One of my favorite pastimes. I would suspect if it was a staircase down, it would probably be one of those, like, stone illusory grounds, for lack of a better term. And I'm not seeing any flat areas that fill the bill for that. So I am not sure. It does feel as though we should be able to get to that tower. I don't know how to accomplish that yet, but we have 2 sites of grace that we can return back to, should anything strike us. So, further up the road, we have Basket Man. We also have the shack. There appears to be a potential path up to this upper plateau along the gravestones. We could also circle down here, see if there's a grace at whatever these ruins are before we proceed north. And I kind of want to do that. Let's go south along the road. Do a little bit of thorough entrance area searching before it raises the difficulty on us to extreme levels. Still not sure when that gentleman with the 2 circles and the rippling abs is going to show back up to torment me amongst the wheat. Excuse me. Pardon me, boys. Let's just descend quite rapidly on this side of the road. You guys sleeping? You very, very sleepy? Kind of looks like similar helmets to the friend we met outside. Similar shiny gold situations. Though they do not have face plates. I'm just gonna trust that they're not gonna wake up and stab me in the back. And that's gonna work out. Right? Unable to acquire arrow. Aww. This would exceed the maximum able to be held in inventory and storage. Apparently I'm chock full of arrows. Okay, thanks. Thanks anyway. Just knowing you could be violently attacked and murdered at any time while you're in such a beautiful area makes for a fun bit of tension. Alright, gorgeous little waterfall church we have down here. Kind of feels like the sort of place that a Red Invader NPC might be lurking, waiting for their chance at redemption, which will never come. What are you? How dare you exist? Flame dog? Hi. Oh, you got me so hard in my cloaks. You didn't... Never mind. I shouldn't have phrased it that way. I'm sorry. But you did, if I'm being honest, get me so hard in my cloaks. Somebody with a shield in there. A little... my own footsteps. I was like, what was that sound? A little military-looking camp out that way? Some sort of battalion lost? That looks like a trap. A horrible trap. I want no part of it. Oh, Black Knight Tish. I've forgotten how to ring the bell. The bell of summoning. This looks like a bad idea. Oh, that made you real upset. Okay. And my back is destroyed. Good. Good for me. You've got so much turning. And the delay on that overswing. Fair enough. It's bound to happen eventually. Steak of Marika, yes please. must have been one somewhere along that road. You have a vague memory of the purchase of a fuckload of arrows at some point. That sounds like me. Oh, there you are, you little cutie. Thanks, Marika. Love you. Alright, something I want to do, though I love Rivers of Blood so dearly. It feels like we're in a new area. We're, sort of starting fresh, is what took me so long to say for some reason. My old standby swords. Don't think it was Noble's S-Stock. It was Noble's something. I'm about to be attacked. I can sense it. And apparently I'm gonna use the frozen needle to defend myself. Which is fine. That'll work. I'm just gonna keep. Just in case. You never know. Okay, we're fine. We're good. Somewhere in here, I had like a double set of rare, deliciously rare, noble slender swords, and this feels like the correct weapon to be starting brand new with. Gives us sort of a baseline that we can then perhaps find a new cool weapon to try. Plus, I love the moveset of these. This always makes me feel like Batman with that move. I don't know why, it's very cape-like. So I'm gonna try these, though it might be much, much worse than my Rivers of Blood. It's also gonna be more fun. Yoink. I don't know if runes are gonna be, like, much help to us. We probably don't have to worry all that much about them. I would like to remember how to use my summoning bell if it gets to be a real emergency here. The Church of Consolation. I'm here for the prize. I'm gonna lure you out of the church in case your slumbering little buds want to get in on this. That is so harsh. So harsh to my health bar. I'm sure you realize this. Ow. Ow. Risk a little sip. Ding! So ineffective when you hit his shield. Huh. I gotta remember that delay. I keep thinking, roll now! It's not a roll now, it's a roll in 3 seconds from now. And the double. And you did wake up. Sleepy buds. Fun. Fun for the whole family. Alright. Hold on. Hold on now. Just need a little bit of distance. I just need a little bit of space. I promise that we'll be back together someday, someday. But for now, oh God, you're smothering me with your constant need for attention. I like to think that finishing move, the crossed swords, is always like a neck slice, and that they just gurgle on down to the grave. But don't worry, I'm working with my therapist on it. That's not a healthy thought to have. Alright, we've taken out Black Shield guy. Probably not even a, like, won't respawn. He'll probably be here every time. So let's try to investigate the church while we can, and I'm sorry to anyone who might be genuinely peaceful and slumbering in here, but your buddy outside has shattered my trust in all of yous. So we're all gonna go for the eternal sleep of death instead of whatever the hell it is you're doing now. God, I miss these swords. What a treat. Erdtree blessing. Skidoo? I don't know. These fragments can be found across the realm of shadow. Consume these at sites of grace to bolster your Erdtree blessing. The blessing bolsters the recipient's abilities to deal and negate damage, but has no influence outside the realm of shadow. So it's like, we're gonna hit you real hard, so here's a little this area exclusive boost. I really appreciate that, thank you. Could you also maybe not hit me so hard? If I had like a secondary wish? Cool. Definitely want to make use of that before we get too much further. The very next site of grace possible. Oh, hello! I didn't see you sneak in there. So nice to see you. Welcome back. Those arrows are all just the ones you caught trying to talk to Blade underground. Blythe. I forgot. I forgot my dear Blythe. Yeah, that's fair. What a nightmare of arrows. Alright, it seems we can go to the very base of the waterfall and therefore check it for secrets. Let's give this camp a quick sweep. Looks like there might be... I don't know. I was gonna say, looks like there might be another shield guy, but that kinda just looks like a normal soldier. There are probably, half a dozen of them or so. How do we do this quick? How do we do this right quick? That guy's got a horn to call for reinforcements. But by the time the reinforcements arrive, they'll already be dead. So I'm just gonna start out here, and it'll be fine. Oh, dog, I didn't even... I thought you were a campfire. I was pretty convinced. I thought they were all warming themselves around a fire. But that was their pet dog. And I'm kind of an asshole. Wow, really good stomping technique you got there, buddy. I'm gonna take a quick sip of my juice. And we won't mention this, okay? Okay. Smithing stones, 5 right off the bat. Seems like a generous pull from a regular soldier. Don't phrase it that way. Why would you phrase it that way? Mesmer Soldier's Axe. Our first new weapon of the day. And a generous pull from a muscular soldier. Why? Why would you... Fire coil. That looks like a throwable item, perhaps? Nothing but butterflies. I want to Errol Flynn this candlestick so bad. Not quite as graceful. Also not graceful, but screw that table in particular. You know that every time you go near a ledge to try to peek downwards to make sure there's not a secret cave, Patches is right behind you. Just sniffing and snuffling, being a sneak. Okay, so, checking the base of the waterfall for secrets. My favorite pastime. Let's see what we got here. Also hope to God nothing comes out of it. Hope to America nothing comes bursting out of the waterfall. Also that it's not so deep that it drowns me. These are my 2 wishes. You're gonna throw a waterfall that majestic at me and not put something sexy behind it? I understand. understand you're trying to subvert my expectations, Miyazaki. And God, you're effective at it. Alright, we do have a cave. Hi. Mortal Kombat! That is a tricky rhythm to his axe swing. I'm sure everybody, up to and including the shield guy, are back in play. But hopefully we can avoid some of them now that we've searched the grounds. Finish him! He took that to heart. He really did. He took my cry of Mortal Kombat and fatality'd the crap out of me. It's not the button to pillage. So many smithing stones. Thank you for your generosity. I got cocky. I thought for sure he was going to die from that one. Did not. I love this move set. I don't see the shield guy. It seems way too much to hope that he was a one and done. I hope that's a bush in there. The shape scares me somewhat. So I'm just gonna sneak on to the side here. Towards the cave, no big. Nobody trying to kill y'all over here, I promise. Secretly, I am trying to kill them all. Oh shit, is this on? No, don't listen to what I said. Man, that fruit is rad. Alright, let's get to some flat ground here. God, I wish I could remember how to do my... There it is, that's the one. So this was like really good at luring folks. From a short distance. Or maybe it wasn't. Maybe it wasn't any good at luring folks. I just want to get you out of the bushes and the stones here so that we can combat one another in peace on solid ground. Because there's so many rocks in here, it's a bit of a nightmare. Alright, everybody's sleeping. That campfire has long since gone cold. Makes me feel a little bad for them. It is shivery in here. Mesmer soldier armor. The blessing of Marika. I would assume that's a consumable, but it also looked like it was going to the throwables category. So maybe we just thonk the crap out of a man with the blessing of Marika. Doesn't really look like there's anything else to this cave. But maybe Torrent can prove me wrong. Well, just a regular cave. No big deal. Alright. So we didn't really get a site of grace down here. But that's fine. Feels like we've explored it. And its primary elements, enough to move on, but you never know. You never know where they're gonna hide that massive dungeon / secondary overworld desperately important item, shortcut, etc. Could be anywhere. But for now, we will leave the Church of Constipation. And I really want to find a site of grace to use that skidoo. That would be great. I could just fast travel to one. I mean, we're headed there anyway, at this point. There's a bit of forest down here. There could be something hidden amidst the trees. I like that they gave me an icon for that. I would be curious to check that out to see if it is indeed a rise to the plateau. And then I want to check out this shack. So let me go here. Travel to the Scorched Ruins. See what this blessing does for us. Or fragment, rather. Grass. You scared me. Alright. Consume them to bolster your blessing. The blessing bolsters the recipient's abilities to deal and negate damage, but has no influence. Yeah, we already knew that. Thank you. We did. Yes. Blessing empowered. Alright. Let's see if we can notice any difference. So, checking over here first. Place myself a quick beacon. See if this guy has anything to say. Before the scraggly dog attacks and kills me. I know. All your resentment lingers yet. It's true. The raw stuff from which I shall surely forge a curse upon the dastard Mesmer's head, upon America's children each and all. I love a good resentment curse. Ooh. Skull tried to nibble on my bits, nibble on my business and such, but I did not stand for it. There's some sort of weird pot over there that makes me curious. A sparkly pot. What was that? Could you make that sound again? I believe it was, ooh. Let's see what sparkly pot does. Oh, it's probably a weapon. Ghost dog! Here it comes again. Oh, there's so many of them this time. It's like a whole party of skulls. Trying to take out anybody while we can. Alright, skull party is over. Please leave my flat. I don't think I saw the Potman after he sort of retreated behind the rest of them, and then things got messy with the skulls. Where did Potman go? You hiding in the bushes? Or did you, like, climb into your pot and escape from this reality? I don't know. I guess we'll never know. Alright. So this is a bit high, but there's a good chance. Let's get all healed up just in case I plummet to my doom. And Torrent, my boy. My boy. Let's see if we can get up here. Oh, sorry, Torrent. That was me. That was my fault. There's a nice little ramp here, though. It'll save me from some pain. Unless I keep bonking my head on the cliffside, and then it will save me from nothing. Nothing at all. We're back. Back to the other side. Alright, Torrent. Torrent, wait. You're very excitable, my love. And that's what I appreciate about you, but if you just hold your goddamn horses for a second, I am not, currently proficient at torrent agility. Alright, we could go that way, but that doesn't seem to get us anywhere. Guessing that's the way, but that jump seems unlikely. Could just be that that's a way down safely, rather than a way to climb up. Because that, just to the left, no way. To the right, no possible way. Maybe across to that smaller one if you really pushed it. One more try. I don't like my chances from that side. We'll just go around. Yep. We're sky rimming it. We are rimming it hard. You know, from the sky. It's so close. It's probably possible. It's possibly probable. But, nah. Nah. Alright, how about this shack? Let's see if we can get there without raising the ire of basket hands. Wonderful design, that. Deeply chilling. Deeply chilling basket hands. That's a longer drop than I might have tried, were I not completely oblivious. I don't trust these vulture statues. These giraffe-necked some bitches. And these expertly carved spiral columns. Some of which are broken. How dare you? How dare you shatter such a work of art? Cultists. What a pleasure. That makes me think there's something of value in there, but I'm not seeing it. Maybe you could open the sarcophagus? There's also a giant pit here you'd like to be aware of. It does appear to be the shack that I mislabeled in my mind. Alright. Thanks, Torrent. See you in a minute. Hello, hello. Thank you for the subscription. That is so kind. It is nice to see you there. Excuse me while I sip. It is nice to see you all. Furnace golems, is that what they are? They're gorgeous. Okay, I'm gonna try to sneak in here without making it Skull Party Pardue. Skull Pardoody. That's not the way to say it. I'm sorry. Backhand Blade. That's a great name. Enjoy my steely backhand. So we'll want to kill all of those guys eventually to see what they drop. But for now, there's too many of them, and I'm too frightened and shivery. Tumbleweed, I'm sorry I kicked you. Oh, we're playing a dangerous game, Tumbleweed. Alright. Mr. Skull, I'd appreciate if you avert your gaze. Got a gorgeous little waterfall down there. Clearly a canyon of much player death. Across the way, we have the entrance to what might be an underground dungeon, and so many dudes. It's like a dude ranch down there. Seems like we'd have to get all the way across the bridge and back to reach it. But I love the areas in these games where two groups are fighting one another. Typically, I don't like it when two groups are fighting one another, but in this game, it really does help. And you can collect all the runes. from the collateral damage. So it feels like we're going straight to the bridge, or there is something here that seems to lead out towards that big castle/township. We also did not find a way up onto this plateau to see what this town is, but I'm sure we're not supposed to yet. We'll figure it out eventually. So over here might be the only other area from the starting set that we haven't really investigated. Place an icon there, just in case. And then haul ass across the basket plains. That's my plan. Haul ass basket. Appear to be living birds. Not so much statues, but living giraffe-necked. I really don't want to get closer to that. Looks like an easy passage up to the castle, which we can see there on the horizon now. Gorgeous. So I guess maybe let's head to this one first. That puts me even more in the path of Basket Man. So maybe while I'm not detected, let's just do this. Let's get out of the path of Basket Man. Alright, straight across the graveyard. A couple more of those birds. They look effectively like miniature death birds, which, as you well know, I'm great at fighting. Just great. Are these the ghosts of earthworms? Long dead. All the birds have noticed my presence. Not great news, that. Even more birds than ever before. I wish you'd land. Great if you could just go ahead and land. Thank you. Alright, see if I can split them up. I just need like 2 hits. 2 hits for the mini death. Yeah, that's right. Come along now. So far, so good. You're being very generous with the smithing stones. Probably wants you to be able to, like, when you pick up new weapon types, catch them up to your current. Don't do this. Don't do the thing where you group together and form a delicious union and then kick my ass with your beaks. Don't do that. Alright, one left. And this sheep. It's on, sheep. Just go ahead and clear them out while I can. Take it nice and slow. I was too far away. I was overconfident and young. So smooth and fresh-faced. Okay, so now we got ghost worms. And something beyond. Can't tell if that's just more birds. Are the ghost worms a purely aesthetic item? Not harmful? In fact, perhaps my best friend. Yes? Oh, it's so cute. It's got a little face. Oh, and little arms. I love them. Aw, come here. I'll hug you. That's right. You are indeed corporeal. Therefore, you can receive my hugs. I like their wispy little capes. And their little faces. What a cute set of dudes. Alright, that appears to be a statue of a bird. Therefore, I will confidently march forward. Fearing no evil. Except for that of capitalism. This appears to be a proper underground dungeon entrance, with the summoning pool and stake of America as is legally required. What are you? You have beautiful horns. I've never seen such a beautiful horny creature. Look at how many curls you got going on. It's like Shirley Temple up in here. Alright, let's get out. Or rather, down. God, I missed this hood. What a glorious outfit. The Western Nameless Mausoleum. And immediate boss fog. Immediately, a fog and boss. Okay. I'm probably not ready. Black Jail Knight. With crossbow attachment. Oh god! Fun. I wish you'd been standing just a touch closer. That would have been great. He's got so much health on him. That was the one to dodge. Of all the attacks he's done so far, that was the one to dodge. Fair enough. Healthy boy. I wonder if that's one we come back to, after more skidoos. But let's give it one more shot. Just take our sweet time and whittle him down. I could probably make use of a weapon with a bigger special ability. Put this back in for just a second. Oh, I forgot about,
You're beautiful.
Stop. I've gone bright red. I love to have that thing equipped at all times. That makes me so happy and warm in my heart. Alright. I'm just gonna cheese his ass a little. No big deal. Still not a great amount, but it did knock him on his ass, which is helpful in a pinch. Just gonna waste all of my mana, knocking him on his ass again and again. Really does come in handy. Do I get my mana back, or do I need flasks? I forgot. Forgot if it auto-recharges. I think I need cerulean tears. Not the time for it. Ouch. That was not health, but thank you. Not dried liver. Get out of here. Like literally chopped liver. He can heal. He can heal his whole ass. That's news. Nice touch. I'm proud of you, boy. Father! Okay, so you can hurt him pretty good with that. He is a ghost, so I'm not sure if he has blood for the Rivers of Blood special ability. But we could try that too. Or we can come back around to him. There's some runes down there locked, but I really don't know if they're ever going to be useful again. It seems like the Erdtree fragments are necessary. But at this point, I'm like level 160 or something? I forget. I'm not bragging. Level 201. So it's like, I don't think you really need to level up again. They found a way to kick your ass regardless of your base game levels. Let's try this, just out of curiosity. A cheesy old standby. Because it just hits a little quicker than the other one, which might activate my winged sword insignia. If I can get a couple of hits on him at once, it will exponentially ba-bam. There. Alright. Here we go. Thank you for bearing with me. Nice to have our first boss be a human-sized. That's very kind of them. To not immediately kick my ass with giants. Which they could have done. I do like that the sacred one knocks him down. That's really helpful. Ow, it hurts so bad. So that also takes a good chunk off him. A little bit more helpful to knock him down, and then maybe I can switch to regular attacks while he's knocked down. We'll give it one more try. And then we'll wait for another blessing and return. Because his health is kind of extreme. But what a privilege to see the rivers of blood in action again. Was it down from here? No? No, certainly not. There it is. Alright. So if I keep my offhand equipped and then switch to these, it would be easier if I didn't have the rapier in the way. I'm going to briefly take that out of commission. And down we go. We descend. So I should still be able to do the special and then immediately switch for like 2 hits. Maybe 3 hits if I'm greedy. Unless he dodges it entirely, which is very impressive. Very impressive to see. Immediately crossbowed in the face. Alright, so that's a little finicky. The switching and swapping, but it does work. So now we have lost our runes, and good riddance to them. That's gorgeous. What am I looking at here? The boss is starting to learn my patterns instead of the other way around. Yep. No, he sure is. Okay, swap this back out for Ice Dagger, though last time we tried to use it to lure someone, it made a fool of me. I still like to have it around. And we'll come back to this one. We know exactly where he's waiting for us. And what a privilege it will be. Alright, so the birds are no doubt respawned. I want to head north. Can probably just hug the wall so as not to anger Basket Man. And I'll see you soon, Black Jail Knight. What a pleasure it is to be back in this world. Exploring and dying. I do want to look at that backhand blade. I can't forget. Maybe I'm safe? Maybe I'm safe now? Foolish. Foolish to assume. Alright, we're running. We're running and checking for items and running. Is this that thing we just saw on the loading screen? What a gorgeous little symbol that is. They seem to be leaving me alone. Hey? How and who are you?
Huh. Lady Leda spoke of you.
Did
You're
she?
that tarnished.
I'm flattered.
Guided here by kindly Miquella. Won't we all? I am Freya. I once fought alongside General Radahn. In battle,
Pleasure.
you can be sure I'll hold my own.
I can be sure of it. Do you also have a tiny horse? Because that'd be great.
Oh, another thing. Did you speak to our dour little friend? If you've yet to do so, have him give you a map of the cross's whereabouts.
What?
You'll find more of them dotted about these lands. They are Miquella the Kind's footprints.
They're gorgeous, especially when you scooch it in line with the moon. Exquisite.
If you've yet to do so, be
Okay.
sure to have our dour little assuming you
I
intend to
I definitely intend to trace
If you've yet assuming
Miquella's kindly path. Yes. Ooh, that would have been helpful. Touch the cross. Carved words coalesce. I abandon here the first of the flesh of my body. Yummy? Is it seasoned? Is this like a jerky situation, or? I will take that grace. So this seems to head up towards the first big, what I'm imagining is a legacy dungeon. Maybe that's our first stop? But if I can't beat the Blackjail Knight, it's probably not great news. There is a little civilization here, a couple of buildings, also a big-ass lake. And then this appears to be like almost as big of a castle as the one across the way, but much darker and abandoned seeming compared to that. I don't know which dour little friend she's talking about. I don't think I met such a person. And I sure would like to. Is this such a person? Hi. Are you a dour little friend?
Fie, another. Treading
Perhaps.
the heels of Miquella. Then, as that woman would surely say, we are in our purposes well aligned. But understand, your kind are not forgiven.
Or would I expect to be?
Erdtree is my people's enemy. By Marika long betrayed, set aflame. I believe Miquella's apologies when he says our delivery will come, but never will I see your kind as worthy.
I'm trying to figure out what's going on with his face. Does he have a face?
And yet my oath I cannot overlook. If Miquella it is whom you would seek, then comrade, allow me to give you this. These are the sites of the crosses I found. I urge you, follow after Miquella. As long as you abide by his footfalls, you will be no enemy to me.
That's very generous, thank you. A yoink? My hand lingers, perhaps just a moment too long as I retrieve the map. And were either of us to have eyes, they would have met for a moment of pure chemistry. Thank you for that. I'm gonna check it in my inventory now. Key items, perhaps? Attacks recover HP after damage is taken. Oh yeah, I remember that. I have to do it pretty quick, though, to make use of it. Alright, maps. Maps. Those are all regular world places. Is it not a key item? Okay. Does not appear to be. Maybe it just automatically burns into my brain info. Cross map. Here we go. Examine using X. Please. Examine better than that. Zoom in a little. Okay, I can kind of see it. It's like there's one across the bridge in that abandoned place, and there's one more on the other side of the canyon, but before the Legacy Dungeon, perhaps? It's very small. But thank you. I'm also very small.
I urge you, follow after Miquella.
That sword is
As long
gorgeous.
as you abide by his footfalls, you will be no enemy to me.
Some sort of sexual layered Damascus thing going on. And the pants, the lack of pants, really good look. Really good look you've got going. While we have a second in relative safety, let me check this. Backhand blade. I don't know if it's a one-handed or like a katana. Katana type. Kind of looks like it would be one of these. Scimitar type. But no. Backhand blade. What do we got here? Wielded with a backhand grip. Wielded by horn scent. It must be a type of person? Horn scent? Rather than like a specific person? Skill is blind spot. Leap into close quarters to take advantage of the enemy's blind spot and gore them from the side. Like a bull. Inputs determine which side you strike from. This attack slips below the opponent's guard. That sounds fantastic. Sounds genuinely wonderful. I'm curious. Alright. So. Do we want to try to go across the bridge and see that other cross? It feels like that's more of a advanced area. We could try to get the cross right on the other side of this. But then we'd be in the Legacy Dungeon, and I don't want that to happen either. So I'm gonna go across the bridge. I'm gonna see if there's another Empyrean blood burgeon. Gross. See if there's another site of grace on the other side of the bridge. I will take all the grace I can muster. And all of the mustard that you will grace me with. Good old, FromSoft and Bridges, though. I'm about to die, aren't I? I'm about to die. Just gonna stroll confidently along. Yep, there it is. We found it. Just get behind the ballista. Alright, so this is like a big military camp. Mostly human-sized enemies and lots of lovely decoration. Lots of lovely decoration for the family to enjoy. Touch that grace. Give me a nice foothold. It looked like it was pretty much just across the bridge. There might be multiple bridges. Apparently I can't look at my map while I'm actively being targeted. It's probably for the best. Hello? Guess it's not dinner time. Bunch of clay jars full of delicious, spicy kimchi. It's my kind of camp. Those are either burlap sacks or somebody's been collecting and drying out giant bum holes. I'm not sure which. It could be either one at this point. I'm not sure exactly why you would collect and then dry out a bunch of giant bum holes, but I've seen what I've seen, and there's no going back. Whoever has to sleep in this tent is Pretty low on the old totem pole there. Also, very, very low in terms of the construction of the tent. Not a lot of headroom. Hi, I like your little doggy friend. Would you like to play with me? Oh, they're working as a team. They are intimidatingly strolling forward as a unit. What the hell is that? Nice. Nice little technique you've developed for yourself. Sorry about your dog. I really am. Not ideal on the health front, but we're gonna roll with it. Perhaps the crosses are just on my map now that we've examined it. That would be great. That would be very generous of them. Because it's like there are two bridges, technically. We do have the one we found on the map. That's good. So it feels like it should be in here somewhere. But I am not seeing a giant golden light. There are a lot of things piercing the air, though, to block my vision. We have two more of those to use. Why am I waiting? Why would I possibly be waiting? Let's immediately make use of the two that we have found. Thank goodness that they are in our possession. This is so cool. I love having more of this game. Yes. Kinda guessing that's like an exponential thing. Now I might need 4, say. Or 3 to get to level 3. Yeah. Oh, sure. You're gonna offer, yeah. Okay. I should be more powerful than ever before. I'm gonna take one more quick look at this. Now that we know where it is, a little bit quicker. It does look pretty high up into the business of it. Perhaps towards the castle itself. Try to cross another bridge and see where it gets us. Oh, hi. Never mind, I'm gonna go this way. Any way but that. Maybe I can just sneak on past. Sneak on past, no big. Castle ends is... That's what he's saying. I'm gonna end this. So that is like a magical Carian equipped giant. I can't remember if we've ever seen such a thing. Very healthy boy. Such a healthy boy. I'm just gonna go ahead and haul ass. Hi, are you friendly? Would you be, if I asked? Didn't hit him with any of those. So this is some sort of mage outpost, eh? Curious. God, he needs lotion on his elbows. Did you guys see that? Ouch. Oh, you're using spellcraft against me. Fun. Wow. one shot to the back. You earned it, my friends. Alright, so spellcaster in there. We already got the runes. Not a tremendously useful item, but maybe shadow runes are different? I should inspect that. 'Cause it's like if they just give you regular runes, I don't know what the purpose of it is, except for, of course, buying things from merchants here. Might be important. Can definitely come back around to kill the giant another time. Seems like he's had enough of my bullshit. I would appreciate regaining my pride. If nothing else, my very small amount of pride. Hug the wall from his sorcerer's bolts. So we are pretty deep in the castle now. And he is still on the chase. Don't look at him. Oh God, stop looking at him. It's a right proper spank I received. He's very confident in his maneuvering. This is his territory. He's used to defending it, and he is quite adept. He's gonna have to insist that I leave. I love it. Alright. Enjoy the bridge. I'll be over here. Oh, he's hot on my heels. My heels are so hot. It just has that effect on me. Quick peek over here. Anywhere near the edge where he might be able to tumble his fantastic ass off to his death. That'd be great. Don't know what just landed next to me. Some piece of ceiling, perhaps. Alright, I like it back here. This feels good. This feels good. We're playing peekaboo. Seemingly not. See that? Cannot. Wow, my brain. I cannot currently get torrent back here, which would be nice for my escape. Peekaboo! Oh, that poor guy. The indignity. Clinging to the cliff by pure pelvic action. It's dangerous. I'm going for it. Okay. I'm so close to the edge. I'm living on the edge. Don't you shoot. Don't you shoot bolts at me. Nobody likes or asked for that. I hope he can't climb these particular stairs. That would be real nice. Alright, we got a ladder up to a tower. I'm feeling like we're probably okay back here. Still playing peekaboo, but that's fine. Probably stay away from the edges, though, where his blade can gore me open. What is up here? I wonder if there's gonna be another one of those, like, transport chests that take you from one end of the map to the other when you're violently unprepared. M'lady. Tips Fedora. That's such a cute name for a weapon. What does it do? Who is it? Also, what kind of weapon is it? I know they said at the beginning, like, new items now have an exclamation mark in your inventory. I have not noticed that in play. Is there an exclamation on any of these items? Not in a way that was visible to me. No. Can I sort by order of acquisition? What did I most recently pick up? Don't walk off the edge while you're in your inventory. Foolish man. Maybe that's... yeah, there we go. Bottom is newest. M'lady, a light greatsword. That sounds like a new category entirely. A sword whose blade matches the length of a greatsword while being constrained to a minimal weight. That kind of sounds like my ideal weapon. Holy crap. Nicknamed after ladies of noble status for its refined appearance. With cultivated form, one can wield this weapon as swiftly as one might a straight sword. Skill of impaling thrust. I actually really like the sound of that. I would have to upgrade the holy hell out of it for it to be of any use to me, but I want to see what it's like. I do. Don't walk off the edge while you're in your inventory. We've been over this. Don't go. Just stay at the bottom. That is kind of my ideal weapon. I like that rhythm to it. Oh, hot damn. I'm gonna have to upgrade this and also see what other light greatswords are in the offing, because that excites me in a way that it probably shouldn't. Again, I'll need to speak to my therapist. So it's completely unupgraded. Probably not the safest thing to have out actively while I'm trying to survive, but next time we have the opportunity, I definitely want to try that out on some lower level dudes. I'm using dudes a lot today. I don't know what's happening. I don't know who I'm trying to be. Okay, we're past. He's resumed his post. That's great. Is there a way to grab? No. No way around from here. I guess it's through the cavern then. We still have not seen the cross. But it's got to be somewhere up here. There's a lot of overhangs. Overhangs and switchbacks and such. That's fine. That's fine. We can let it live. Don't freak out and start swinging. Okay, big guy up there. Looks like one of those mason shields. Alright. Nothing going on down here. Thank you for your time. I'm just here to kill mages, which I'm sure you'll agree is for the best. For the common good. Do you not agree that killing mages is for the common good? Ooh, you're a golden eye. I like that about a man. If I get embroiled in combat with this gentleman, I need to start over again at the bridge. Unless I get very lucky. Which I didn't. I didn't get lucky. I got, in fact, very unlucky. It's nice to see you for a moment. I'll never find another one of those with golden eyes again. Hello, hello, nice to see you there. A first-time chat, what a privilege. You arrived just in time to see me pummeled into a meat paste. And it will happen again, I promise. Alright, see if we can break his aggro again. It is nice that there's not a lot of, enemies at the top of that stairwell, so I could get up there and maybe fight off the human-sized / dogs. Provided they'll let me scooch on past. Just scooch on past you. What are you gonna do? Make your move. Good man. Alright, hopefully he will break off back to his post. Let's give a quick peek. You breaking off? You going back to your post? Or am I gonna have to report you to your commanding officer? Oh, thank you for the subscription. That is so kind. That does not sound like something I'm interested in. But I am very interested in your subscription. Thank you. That is so kind. Hope you're having a fantastic day. I certainly am now. Thank you for boosting my spirits with your presence. Alright, it feels like I could make a run for it. Yeah, that is new. I haven't seen that before. Yeah, no, we're good. We're good. Alright, so we have another dog and gentleman combo, but we shouldn't have to worry about the large sorcerer knight. These swords, though, have I mentioned how much I've missed them? He sped me through a lot of the early game in a way that I'm still grateful for. Plus the rarity of them just makes me feel cool, even though I've earned none of it. Was really hoping that would be the death of you. Alright. He seems to be fairly relentlessly headed to kill me, no matter what action I take now. Turn around. Turn around, no one wants you here. Oh, that's so delayed. In Trixie. Alright, there's an item back there. Here's the cross. That's what we've been looking for. And we have a site of grace. Boop. Go ahead. You can kill me, I don't care. Alright, this is great. Now we can just work on whittling him down. My bad. Work on whittling him down from this site of grace. Thank goodness. A ton of items to grab. We have our next cross. Just need to slowly survive. I'm afraid I'm going to have to insist. Somber smithing stone. Sweet. I'm guessing I need 3 of those now, perhaps? Castle Cross message. While he's busy. Hi. Hi, buddy. I was hoping that would be a backstab, but it did not work. I abandon here the flesh of my body. Same message. Make sure I'm not skipping a second message by going too far away. Doesn't seem like it. So I do just need to grab this. And maybe get ambushed. There it is. Almost as though we've been in this dark alleyway before. Are you coming around the bend? Please don't come around my bend. Okay, there's where he was hiding, so this is the exit. I got myself turned around. It's like you said, an L-shaped corridor, and this is a new path. Nope. Alright, so we can drop down and grab some items there. This is soundly locked. There must be some way to open that, which we will stumble upon in the future, no doubt. If these guys don't respawn, which I never saw the other one again, it would be nice to take him out now. It really would. While I have nothing to lose. So let's try to whittle his health down. I don't know why his... Jeez. You are so good at riposts, good sir. Man, I cannot keep myself from trying to take action immediately when he has a delay of like a second and a half every time. Dodge late. It's very important. Or just stop dodging entirely and kill him instead of what you're doing. Sneak. Sneak and backstab. Is that the secret? I don't remember what the secret to backstabbing is. Well, I'm down here now. This is where I live. Forever. And I also did not get the item on my way. That's fine. It's fine. I'm not upset. In fact...
You're beautiful.
Alright. Down we go. Nothing for it. Almost ran out of stamina. Ooh-ha. Royal magic grease. For the royal magic boudoir? Is this boudoir grease? Gross. Boudoir gross. You can't be expected to do everything. Existing and remaining alive are two disparate skills. It's true. One can exist, but not really be living. I know from experience. Where am I? Other than in the roost of the eagles. Oh, nice. Got to the roof of this place. That's where I was hiding from the giant last time. Little gap to leap. Let me check the other way real quick. Looks like just more gaps to leap and slipperier than ever. But also with a secret river run up there. I guess let's stick to this castle first. Head to the roof. Hup ho! What did you call me? Could probably have killed that bird and taken his feathered pinions, but what kind of monster? What kind of monster would do this? So the getting down safely from here. Kind of feels like we're just supposed to go back to the river run. As there is no getting down safely from here, this gentleman's corpse will guide you to that conclusion. The cat's dilemma. You can climb up, no climb down. Alright, this looks dangerous as hell. Looking forward to it. Here we go now. Oh, that's slick. That is slippery. The Pope, Your Holiness. A whole papal conflagration? No, that doesn't sound right. Congregation. Papal conflagration is a very different, very different event. It is much more exclusive. Alright, get a ladder up. Get some items and seemingly a waterfall cave behind. My favorite kind of cave. Drawstring royal magic grease. Sure it's not G-string royal magic grease? Sick papal conflagration. Not resin. Then what the hell is it? Alright. Guess we're going up the ladder. This game has a high grease quotient. It does indeed. And what a fun thing to say. A high grease quotient. I am so happy to be sharing this adventure with you guys. Thank you for hanging out with me. What a privilege it is. It looks like we're just over 2 hours. I intend to play for a while, but we might want to split this up into a couple of sessions. So maybe we can find, like, our next site of grace, or our next shortcut back to the site of grace, and then refresh the beverages and return. See how it goes. Thank goodness it's not one of those shield and mace guys. Mesmer soldier's spear. Fancy. Now quick, grease up before you climb that ladder. That seems like it will affect my ability to climb the ladder in a negative way that I'm not entirely comfortable with. And it will also sexualize me, all shiny, in front of the Mesmer guards, and I don't know if I want that either. I do, you got me. See if this opens the gate. And if it is the gate we passed earlier, that would be ideal. Huzzah! Gate we passed earlier. Okay, so I can finally get that item, but I'd have to work all the way back around, and it could be like, runes! Ah, damn it! But I'm gonna get that item, no matter what. And I'd better do it before respawning everybody, since it has to be done. Kind of a shame. Kind of a crying shame. It's not resin. Woo! I cannot call Torrent to get back up, so alright, we'll quickly walk back around to the slippery climb and such. A crying shame for some not resin, but here we are. Hey, buddy. You are so cute. Would you like some chestnuts? They're all yours. Just gotta squeeze on past you. Love you. Yes, yeah. I made it. If you oiled up, it would be mesmerizing. That just attracts more of the guards. They have so many long, spiky objects. If you know what I'm saying. What the hell am I saying? Alright, back to the gate. We got our not resin. We have not taken this guy out. And again, I would really like to. It's just he's so thick and burly. And it makes me sad. It makes me sad how thick and burly he is. I'm just gonna replace Milady for now. That'll be fine. Use up my magics. Strong shield game. Can't hold it forever. This is a little bit overkill, but at this point, I'll happily take any kind of kill. That is so weird. So hard to know when to roll. No kind of kill was achieved. Let's try that again. I got exactly what I wanted. Yeah, it's Golden Wave against Golden Wave. That's my plan. Just to make sure this guy doesn't come a-swinging, come a-swangin' from the hilltops. Oh, he's golden-eyed again. What are the chances? Or is that just his hat? It's just his hat, feather. It made me believe lies. His shield really can put a damper on that. So close. So close to being dead, but I need him not to be guarding. Don't be guarding when it gets to you. Okay. I'm just gonna... oh, don't look. Don't look at the explosion. Cool guys don't. Okay. Now let's test. For real, if they do not come back. This will be the real thing. You're back, and you're back. Okay, great. And I just missed you in the church earlier, but that means we don't really have to worry about him. We got a kill off, vengeance achieved, moving on with our life. Okay, we did find the cross. Now we can come back here to this side of grace anytime. We don't necessarily need to press further. We could go find the other cross beneath the canyon. But I am curious what awaits us at the top. Awaits us at the top of Castle Ensis. For now, I'm going to try to find the other cross. That's my current goal. We did it! Peter 1, Night 6. Yeah. Okay, you're both still here. Once I get this other cross, I'll try to come back and see if they have anything new to tell me. At the very least, it seems to be a good indicator of where there might be... sorry, I got distracted. A good indicator of where there might be sites of grace, which is really what I'm trying to do here. Spread a network of fast travelable points through the Shadowland. What distracted me was I should probably... I was about to make a very weird metaphor. Stop the stream here and start back up in just a second. So I will go refresh my drink and start a new session, and I will see you guys momentarily. If you're still on board, thank you for your time. I will see you soonish. Much love. So much. You wouldn't even believe it. See you in a moment.